Hi everyone, my name is Teria with Piece and Make, and today I'm going to review my projects that I made and also my sewing adventures from 2024, all the things that I accomplished, what has to do with Piece and Make, and then all the things that I made throughout the year last year. So I hope you enjoy this video. It's a really cool wrap up. Most of the time I do a reel on Instagram from my 2024 makes, but this year I'm really excited to bring a fuller wrap up to YouTube. I just want to let everybody know that I have my handy dandy notes here because there's a lot that I want to talk about, and so if you see me looking down, it's because I have my notes. So the first thing I'm going to go over is my blue corduroy dress. I made that at the beginning of last year, and it was a challenging project. It's actually, the pattern number is Vogue 18212. So I want to let you all know that. And also I want to explain to you why this was a huge challenge for me. Basically, when I see patterns, the bodice looks a certain way, the pants look a certain way, the dress looks a certain way. Well, this one had like a trapezoid, like the shape was just so different. My mind could not understand. Normally I look at the pattern pieces and I'm like, okay, I do these steps to get to the end. When I looked at those pattern pieces, it was a different shape. Some people for this pattern left the pockets out, but I left the pockets into the pattern, and I'm so glad that I did. I ended up having to hand sew some of the pocket to make it work and not pucker out, but because with the machine, I don't know why, things were just not lining up all the way, but I made it work, and I actually received like a ton of compliments on it, like wearing it in the wild or wearing it in real life. Around people that I know, like everyone really liked this a lot, and the material, that dark blue corduroy, it's so nice. So I'm really excited about that dress, and I'm glad that it's finally cold again so that I can wear it again. Another thing I want to say about the blue corduroy dress is that it was completely out of my comfort zone. Normally I do like oversized garments, but that one was like really oversized, and I'm tall and slim, and so I was nervous that it was just gonna like take over me, like fabric wise, but it didn't. It was like a really nice balance. I think also because of the length of it, it came to like mid thigh. If it were longer, it would just look too frumpy. If it were shorter, it would just be inappropriate, of course. So I think I made it long enough so that it could still like show that, hey, there's a person up under all this fabric. But I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. The next garment I want to highlight is a lace vest, and I was very excited to finish this project. I started it during 2023 and finally finished it in 2024. Actually, I probably started this thing like 7 years ago, and I just couldn't bring myself to throw away the fabric. It was when my skills weren't as good as they are now, and so I started to make the vest. I sewed the sides together. I think that's it. I just sewed the front and the back together. And then I just got stuck as to what to do next. And so once my skills got better in 2023, I decided what I wanted to do was put a lace band on, a lace trim on the vest. And so I went looking online everywhere for this trim. Finally found some trim at Joann's. One of the staff people helped me to find this trim, because even I still couldn't find it by myself. Maybe I couldn't make a decision, but yeah. And so the way that I put the trim on, because it's lace, it was see-through. So I love hand sewing. So basically I hand sewed the trim all the way around the vest. I also, like how you see this is exposed right here, I folded the arm side down, and then I hand stitched around the arm side, and I hemmed it, hand stitched, because I could make like a bigger stitch doing it by hand, and also I could blend it in with the fabric better than me using my machine. So it basically turned into a project for me that I could just take everywhere with me. And so it was really cool. I was like at friends gathering, a gathering with friends multiple times, and I'm just like stitching together this project. I really like to have stuff to do with my hands, kind of like when you're knitting something, like that's just what I did with this project. And so I finally finished it in 2024, and I love that vest so much as well. So the next project I want to talk about is the Dax Bag. I was asked by my sewing friend Heather over on Instagram. Her handle is Sewing at Versus. She asked me and some other ladies to help her with a pattern test for a pattern that she made, and it's such a cool pattern. I'll link it down below so that you can like purchase the pattern and make it yourself. Even if you think that you can't make it, like literally, that is the most involved bag pattern that I've made, but she made the instructions like so easy to follow that you can do it. Like you can actually make a really cool bag. So definitely try it out. Go over on Etsy and try out the bag pattern this year. It's still the beginning of the year, so you have all year to do it. Speaking of that, when I actually the whole process for me to make this bag took about a month for me to do, and that's typically how long it takes me to make things. And I'm really glad that I ended up making the bag, because it's literally one of my proudest makes, especially for 2024, but like probably ever, because I really have wanted to get into bag making, but it was honestly kind of intimidating. But I learned about like Decoville Light versus Decoville, and so now I feel that's the stabilizers that you use for this pattern. You use Decoville Light, which is really you can use it on a home sewing machine very easily. So, but just increase your stitch length to like 4 or 5. But anyway, side note, it really helped to give me confidence in making a bag. I don't honestly know if there's a video before this that I put out about my banana tote bag, or it's gonna come after this. I wouldn't be as comfortable like freehanding a self-drafted pattern if I did not make that Dax bag. Now I feel like I can make so many bags. Like I'm a pro now. Not really, but it just really increased it really increased my confidence for making bags. I also really like the colors of this bag. I kept it pretty neutral, and so this bag, the Dax bag that I made, goes with a lot of my outfits, which I love, because I could have did it in like a cool pattern or something like that, but I just wanted something that I could wear every day, and it just looked really classic. Another project that I have is a quilted pouch. I really love the fabric that I used. I got this fabric at a fabric store in the Georgia mountains. I went to a trip up there and ended up stopping by this fabric store that another shop I went to told me about this fabric store. I didn't even like Google it to find it. But anyways, this shop owner had the prettiest prints. Oh my goodness. And so I bought some. That's where that's the fabric that I used for this bag. So making this quilted pouch, basically while everybody was making bows in 2024, I was quilting everything. So I kind of went on a quilting craze. If you look back at my YouTube from last year, really if you look back at my Instagram as well, I just really got into quilting. It's so relaxing just doing straight lines and not thinking, because a lot of times when you make garments, it's really high level thinking. You don't get to like zone out. So I made this quilted pouch. You can easily put it inside of your purse. You can use it as a mini makeup bag. You can put cards in it, change in it. If you want to put like pencils and pens in there, you can make a version where you make it a little bit longer. But basically, I made a tutorial for it, and you can find it. I'll put the link either up there, but the link will definitely be in the description below. I made a dress that I call the multicolor dress. It is Newlook 6614, and I bought this fabric from Move Fabrics. When I saw it online, it was like 60% off. So I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get it. And then when the fabric arrived, it was like so thin. But I loved it. Like the drape of it, when you wave it, it's just like so flowy. So I found a pattern to make something out of with it. And with that, to thicken up the fabric, I used muslin because I wanted it to still be breathable. Our summers where I live are really hot, and so I knew I needed something. I didn't want it to be a polyester lining because it was just sweat. I was just sweat, and then the thing would stick to me. So I did not want that. And making the lining was it worked out really good. I'm not that great at linings on garments, and also that was not in the instructions, so I just had to like wing it. The other thing too is I didn't cinch the size of the waist in as much as I normally will, because I wanted to be able to go from a brunch with friends to going out in the park with my kiddo and running around in this dress, or sitting down for like just to hang out. I don't really do picnics in the park. I would love to, but time just doesn't work out like that. But to go play out in the park or like sit down and chat with people while my kiddo runs around, I just wanted to have options. And so I needed something that was just like more comfortable and more functional than me making it like a super tight dress. Also, my weight fluctuates nowadays, and if that dress would be too small for me this year, I made it in 2024, but like this year, 2025, if it did not fit me anymore, I was going to be so frustrated. So I just gave myself a little bit more room for comfort and for like just those unpredicted body changes. So yeah, I really enjoyed making this dress, and I really like the flap feature in the front, and I like the ties at the top as well. I actually added the ties to the top. I made that. That's not in the original pattern. So yeah, I found myself changing stuff a lot in patterns. It's really hard for me to just stick to the design that's on the pattern. I always have an idea for something else. The next project or projects that I did are baby blankets. It started off with me having the idea to make, actually my husband suggested, hey, so-and-so's having a baby, why don't you make a baby blanket for them? I'm like, oh yeah, that's no problem. And then I didn't think about the fact that we knew a whole bunch of other people that were having babies as well. So my one blanket led to 4 blankets being made. One of them was for my son, because I couldn't make it for everybody else and not make him one, of course. So yeah, I thought it was going to take me like a month and a half to make these blankets, but it took me all summer into the fall, like 4 or 5 months on and off to make all of these blankets. And one reason is because I hand quilted each line on the blanket and made this little diamond pattern. Like the diamonds were only 3 by 3 inches. And so I think that actually I'll get to that in a moment. But I'm really glad that I made those blankets. That was the first time in probably like 10 years that I've made a baby blanket, because it's just, my time is limited, and so when I do spend my sewing time, I like to make stuff for myself. But I was finally more open to making something for other people again, because I've made a lot of garments at this point since like the pandemic, when I really got back serious about sewing. And so yeah, I'm really excited about that. Also, I have plans to make 2 more baby blankets this year. One baby is already born, and the other baby will be born soon. And I don't plan to make that second one before the baby is born because it will be pretty like soon. So, but I'm gonna just make it when I can. I'm making the blankets pretty large, so the kiddo will be able to use the blanket until they're like 5 or 6 probably. Like they're pretty big blankets. So I'm in a rush, but I'm not. So yeah, but I really enjoy making those baby blankets. Also, I learned how to bind, do binding on a quilt, how to make binding and put binding on. So that was really cool. I'll have that tutorial at some point as well. Oh yeah, for the future blankets that I make, the 2 that I make this year, I'm going to make the lines wider and I'm not going to make as many lines. And that way I can get it completed faster. Actually, the 4th blanket that I made, I just made it with lines. Like, I mean diagonals. Actually, okay. I made it with parallel lines. That's what I'm trying to say. I just made 1 row of parallel lines across the blanket. I didn't have the energy to go back and do the other row to make a diamond. So I'm just going to make the diamonds bigger this time. I might make it like 6 or 8 inches, but it cannot be that small anymore. Now when I have to like do it over and over again or make multiple blankets for kiddos. So yeah. The next project that I did was a classroom safety curtain. And I really enjoyed making this because my loved one that really wanted me to make this for her, she's a teacher, and I wanted to help her out. Also, like as soon as what she did was show me like a picture of what she was looking for, and as soon as I saw the picture, like my brain just like started thinking like, okay, I know how to make this curtain. And so I made a pattern for myself, bought the fabric, did some interfacing for it so that it could be more stable, and yeah, I made it. So it was very, I think the main reason she probably wanted me to make it is because the ones that they had online that you can buy that were already made, they had like these weird patterns on there. And so she, not weird, but like kitty patterns, like you see crayons and colorful alphabets. She just wanted black and white, and so it was very chic. Not black and white, she just wanted to be black, and I added on like some trim on it. She just wanted something that was really chic and went with her color scheme of her room. So I'm very glad that I made that. The other thing I will say is that is the purpose of the classroom safety curtain is because there is a lot of gun violence in schools these days, which is like so terrible that we even have to go through that. And so it just helps the classroom to be safer. If someone like enters the building, you can put the curtain down so they can't see people to like do bad stuff to. That's basically the reason for it. So I'm really glad that I can help keep our schools safe. I would like to make more of these. I really enjoyed that project, and also the helpfulness behind it, or how I could like help others by just doing this one thing, because I love to sew. And so yeah, I did a tutorial sewing vlog type deal on that one as well, if you want to make one for yourself or someone that you know. The next 2 projects that I completed, I'll group them together because they are a cotton white shirt that I call the Easy Breezy cotton shirt, and also flared jeggings. Both of these patterns go together. I did some major pattern adjustments to the base patterns for both of these outfits, but I'm so glad that I was able to complete it in a timely manner, and I really, really enjoyed it. This is my favorite project, literally. Not for the whole year, but for the end of the year. It was just really nice to pull these 2 looks together from one outfit. My favorite type of things to make are separates that can go together as an outfit. So dresses are very fun They're very cute to make, but I love it when I can make a nice shirt and pants to match. That's like always so much fun for me. So one of the things that gave me the inspiration for this outfit is a photo. Last year I got a subscription to Vogue magazine, and so I flipped through to get ideas, and when I saw this outfit I was like, oh my gosh, I need to make this outfit. Now, my white shirt and jeggings are not exactly like this outfit, but the pants have the same shape, but it's just in a different fabric. The shirt, the sleeves are puffier, but it's still a crop shirt, and it's white as well. So, I'm going to show you pictures of the inspo photo and then pictures of the photo that I took that looks very similar to the Vogue picture. I was just so proud of myself for like going that close to what the print magazine, the picture in the print magazine had. I'll also admit that I had some other reasons for making this outfit. Well, each garment, I had another reason to make the shirt, I had another reason to make the pants. So for the shirt, I have a friend that did missions in India, and her kiddo had a birthday party last summer, and she was like walking around the birthday party with like long sleeves and long pants. She bought this outfit from this website that sells Indian style garments, and I was like, oh man, I want to buy something from that website. But then I remembered that my sleeve length and my pant length, if I buy something like that on that website, if I buy something on that website, it is not going to fit me. So I was like, okay, what fabric do I have so that I can get that same breathability, either cotton or linen or a cotton linen blend, so that I can be just like easy breezy, like I named the shirt. And so that's how I came up with the shirt name, and the style for it and the fabric. And then for the pants, the other inspiration came from when, honestly, I needed some pants that expand and contract, because when it's that time of the month, bloating occurs, and it's jeans are so uncomfortable. They do not stretch enough. And so I needed some jegging fabric to accommodate my body changes during that time of the month. So I'm so glad that I have these jeggings. Oh my gosh. First of all, me making pants. If you look back in one of my videos in 2024, I was complaining about the fact that I outgrew most of my pants. I needed to make some more pants. I wanted to make at least 3 pair in 2024, but I made 1 pair. But that is okay. I'm so excited for those pants, and I wear them all the time now. And yeah, I love them so much. So those were the other reasons that I made this outfit. That also, I'll say, that's the beauty of being able to sew, is that you have needs in your wardrobe, and it's not always so easy to just go to the store and buy what you're looking for, or things may be out of your price range, or in my case, like, I'm too tall for things, and so I just love the fact that I can sew. And I'm so excited about what I'm going to make in 2020. I'm very excited about the things I'm going to make in 2025. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay? So stay tuned for the next part. I'm going to chat about other things that I accomplished in 2024, sewing wise and with Piece and Make. So last year, I did a lot of behind the scenes stuff. For my brand, Piece and Make. I started off the year by setting off in my mind the goal of learning technology. And it may sound funny, but I really accomplished that goal. I just wanted to be able to do videos like this because I have so many ideas in my brain. And also I wanted to get better at taking photos and posting them. And so I really accomplished that goal. And let me tell you, it was not easy, because learning video editing software and graphic software is not for the faint of heart. It's as tough as learning how to sew. Not to scare you from learning how to sew, but it is definitely not learning how to sew is not intuitive. So that's the same thing for learning different aspects of technology. The other thing is that I launched my brand Piece and Make. I used to have a different handle for Instagram, and then I changed it to my full brand, Piece and Make. And so I'm really excited about the things that I'm going to accomplish this year with the brand. Yeah, I'm so excited, y'all. I can't tell you about everything yet, but I do have things planned. The other thing is that I launched this YouTube, and thank you all for being with me over this year as I just stretch myself and challenge myself to make videos. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope that you stick around. Hello, new people that are subscribers. Hello, subscribers from the beginning. Or can you call people your OGs if they've just been there for a year? Not really, but those folks that have been my first subscribers, thank you so much. All of you, new and old, motivate me so much, and I love the conversations that we have. So the other thing that I did, I had a sewing group from the beginning to the mid part till the summertime of last year. So I would meet with friends to sew together, and it really turned into me teaching sewing. And I realized that I love teaching other people how to sew, because sewing has helped me out in so many aspects of my life. Not just the act of sewing, but it's a confidence builder. It helps you to build your focus. It helps you with problem solving. Also, it gives you a lot of peace, like God's peace. It just, oh my goodness. Like when you start sewing, God just helps you to forget about the weight of your day. And so I was just really happy to be able to teach friends the beginning stuff of sewing. The other thing that I did, I launched a website, pieceandmake.com. I also have a newsletter. Please sign up for my newsletter. I'm going to put the link below. You'll have some really great, cool things going to your inbox, because I have a billion ideas in my brain. So, yeah. The other thing, I ended off the year by being featured in an article, and the person that did the article, her name is Samantha, and her handle is on Instagram, Bobble House Couture. Let me make sure. No, her handle is Bobble Clubhouse. Yeah. I was so honored to be featured in her article. Like, oh my gosh, talk about joy that day, that week. Absolutely everybody, like I said it so many times, that I was in not a magazine, I was in an online article, which is the same thing to me as being in a magazine, because a lot of people read that article, and it was just such a blessing. So I'll let you all know that in 2025, if you want to collaborate, if you are a company, I'm definitely open to helping you with any aspect that you are doing things. So yeah, you all can let me know, and I'm just so grateful. 2024, I did so many things, and so I'm just so grateful for this wrap up, and I'm grateful for being able to share my journey with you all, clothing wise, and Piece and Make, the business. So yeah, if you like this video, please subscribe. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Follow me over at Instagram. Sign up for my newsletter. You don't have to do all those things, but at least like one of those things will be awesome. So yeah, like at the bottom of this video, and I will chat with you all later. Bye.